Hi everyone, this is Terry from Ramblings of a Texas Craftsman, and what we're going to be making today is a card. Let me find my card. Here it is. We're going to be making this card right here, and I used 3 cartridges to make this card. I used, for the wheelbarrow, I used freshly picked cartridge, and that is cut at 2.5 inches. For the little kitty cat, I used the child's ear, and that's cut at 1.5 inches. And for the beautiful little tiny roses, I used my new cartridge called the Flower Shop, and I'm very excited about this cartridge. I normally never order straight from Provo Craft. I usually go some other place to buy it when it gets cheaper, but this cartridge I was so excited about. I went ahead and paid full price for it and ordered it, and I'm so happy that I did. I really like it, and it just turned out to be a great cartridge. Anyway, let me show you what it does. It makes these tiny little cuts like this, and this is what it looks like when you take it off your mat. And they're just these little circulars, and you just wind it up and it makes these beautiful little roses. And this is cut at 1.5 inches. And what I did, because I wanted some to be different sizes for my wheelbarrow, I just took about 1/3 of this off and just cut it right there, and only wrapped about 2/3 of it, and it makes a really small rose. But it's really simple to do. I'll show you how to do it. This cartridge is so easy to work with, and I really do like it. But anyway, this is the card we're going to make, and I'm making these for my swap, for our Cricut swap at the end of the month. So I have to make 6 of these, and when I was playing around with it, I decided that I didn't like the way the roses were stacked too high. I wanted something more linear, so I ended up making the second one a little bit bigger. This is cut at 2.5 inches. This one is cut at 2 inches, and you can tell the difference. It's a big difference. I just like the longer. I liked it better than it was just stacking too high. But it's your preference. It's whatever you like. 2 inches, 2.5 inches, whichever you like. The cat was still cut at 1.5 inches, and the wheelbarrow is just 2 pieces, which is really nice. It's just, and I cut one out in black and then the other out in brown. And then what I did is I just took some paint, and I'm just going to dry brush, and you're just going to put it on, but then get it off, as much off as you can, and you're just going to dry brush it on there, because you just want it to look like old paint. And so I'm just going to dry brush it like that on, so that you know, it just looks kind of like old weathered paint. And you can do it in gray or white, whichever color. And I just use regular craft paint. I mean, it's just regular paint, just water-based paint. Okay, and then I just glued it on, and then we'll just glue it onto the base of our wheelbarrow. And I also did the same thing on the tire. I just went over it very lightly just to give it some texture and some dimension on the tire. There you go. Okay, and that's how you make the wheelbarrow. It's real simple. Okay, let me move this out of the way and let's get started. All right, we're going to do the cheater method on our we're just going to tape it on the back for our ribbon. And I usually just put tape on both ends and just do it like that. And that way it just goes exactly where you want it to go. Okay. Normally it does. And this is a really simple process, and I don't know, for some reason it's not wanting to lay down. It's a really big, wide ribbon for this card, but I'll show you. It kind of comes down a little bit. Okay, then we're just going to glue this on, and you could use your ATG. Okay, so this doesn't want to stay, so we're just going to glue that baby right there. You can use your ATG if you like. You can use whatever your method for putting your mats on. I like using a wet, because I want a second to think about it to make sure I get it even. At the ATG, for some reason, when I use it, it's put. I can't move it again, and I like just to move it around and make sure I've got it even, and you know, all those things. Move that out of the way. Okay, and then I just want to make sure. And it's hard to do because the camera's right in my way, so it's just trying to get it. I guess that's why the ATG is not good for on camera, because I can't get it on there, and to pick it up, it won't let you pick it up. All right, then we're just going to take our ribbon, and I'm just going to draw. I mean, I'm just going to turn this. I'm not going to make a bow or anything. I'm just making just like that. Okay, then we'll just cut it. And normally I put the ribbon on last, but because the wheelbarrow is a little bit bigger, I just want to make sure I get it in the right spot. Okay, so we're going to do that. Then we're going to take our wheelbarrow. And what I'm going to do with the wheelbarrow is I'm just going to put on, let me cut a little piece. I'm going to put a piece of tape on the back of him, so he'll stand up just a little bit, give him some dimension. And also, I'm going to put just a little bit on the wheel. I don't know what that thing is called. The brace. There we go. Okay, and then we're just going to figure out where we want to put him. He's there just a little bit. Let's set him right there. Okay, and then we're going to take our little tiny cat, and we're going to put just a little bit of glue on the back of him, only on the bottom around his feet area, because we're only going to stick him on the edge, because we're going to try to put a flower behind him to give him even some more dimension. There we go. We'll just put him right there. The little tail hang off. Isn't he cute? Okay. Okay. And now, let me show you about the flowers. The flowers are the easiest part. Okay. Now we're going to take the flower and we're just going to start rolling it. And you just roll it. And I know it's going to be hard to see because the flower is very tiny and my hands are big. And just roll it, just like you do the felt. I have a video on how to do felt, how to roll felt flowers. Same principle, same thing. And you just roll it. Now when I get about this far, it's flat, so I just sort of pinch it to give it a roundness. And then it just starts, and then I just hold it in my hand like that, just like I do the felt, and we just roll it. And these turn out perfect every single time because of the way that they cut them and the way that the bottom is. And I'll show you when we get to the bottom how the bottom lays over and holds it all together. It's just a really nice cartridge, and there's lots of flowers on there. If you get a chance to get this cartridge, I would definitely do it. Now, what I'm going to do is take a little bit of glue, and I just take some glue on my little poker thing here, and I'm just going to put it right there along the bottom. Okay. And then we're going to fold this right along, and it just holds it right there. And you just hold it between your hands. You see how thin that is? They are just perfect for on cards. They're just perfect. Okay, and that's all you do. And you have a perfect rose. Isn't that just beautiful? Okay, I'll show you again on this one. And it's so simple, and it goes so fast. I cut probably 80 of these in different colors, 20 in 4 different colors, and then I pull them all off my mats, and I set them in a bowl, and or in a pan or whatever it was in. And then one day I was watching some reruns that I had taped, and I just started folding them, and then I just folded, and every few days I would fold a handful more, and now I have enough to do 6 cards, and I'm going to do at least 10 or 12 cards. 10 or 12, I'm getting my glue, 10 or 12 roses per card. I'm going to make at least 6 cards. So if you're in our group, in our swap, these are the flowers you're going to get. This is the flowers. This is the cards you're going to get from me. I don't know what the card's going to be yet. I haven't decided on that one yet. And see, same, still 1.5. But half the size, because I took about 1/3 of it off and threw it away. I just took about 1/3 of it and just threw it away. Okay. All right. Now, show you what I did on this one. Most of the flowers are all one color, and I didn't really like that. I wanted some variance. So what I did on this one is I took some and I put it in some chalk. And so, like, I would take this pure white one, and we would just dab it like this. And it would just move around, but, you know, and it just was pink. And it gave it, so it's darker on top and lighter inside, and it just gave it some dimension, and I really did like that. So I did that. And then you also take the darker ones, which are just solid color, and this is just some cardstock from Basil, and it's just solid color, and I just put it in the lighter color, and just moved it around. And it gave it that frosted look, and it's lighter on the top and darker on the bottom, and I like that. And I did the same thing with the lighter pink color that I did. I put it in some darker pink, and you just roll it around until you get the color combination that you like. And I just like that. I thought it was really pretty. So we're just going to do that to these, and then you take it over and you put it in the dark. Of course, you're mixing up your but, you know, I don't think that's going to be that big a deal to mix up your colors a little bit, but I really did like it. And it just goes around. There we go. And then I just went around the edges of this one dark. So the light and then the dark. And you can just put your flowers on there however you want. And you can see how flat they are. They're very flat, so they're just really good for cards. And okay. So we're going to glue them on. It's real simple. Okay, so you just sort of place them where you think you might want them, the color combination that you want. And we're just going to move them around. Here's a smaller one. Okay, I like that. We're not going to use those three. We're going to do it just like that. And then you just get your glue. Now, I'm going to use a 3-in-1 craft glue, but you can use, I mean, anything works. I mean, whatever glue you want that you normally glue with. You can use hot glue if you want. You can do whatever you like. But I just happen to like this glue. Just, you know, it takes a second for it to dry, but you can move it around if you need to. You get a second to think about it. It's not permanent the second you lay it down. And you just glue your roses on. And like I said, if you cut them one night and then fold them the next, it really goes very quickly. It just went slow because I'm making 6 of these cards, so I cut over at least 100 roses this size, so that I could pick and choose what I wanted to do, because I didn't know how many roses I was going to use per card, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So this worked out pretty good. Now I do want to try to put a rose behind that cat, because that's going to give him a little bit of dimension. So we're just going to take one of these little roses and we're going to raise him up a little bit, and we're just going to put one back there like that, so that kind of makes him come forward, and I like that. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay. It's a really simple card to do. I was just excited about doing it because I love this new cartridge that I got. I was very excited about it. And I'm also going to be doing a thing about, because I have some cards coming out in the Bug magazine, which is supposed to have been out, I don't know, a week ago. They told us they were shipping them to us. We haven't gotten it yet. But as soon as I get my copy of the Bug magazine, I will make or do something on my blog. I don't know if we're going to make a video, but I'll do something on my blog to show the cards that I had in the magazine. I would show you the cards, except they have my cards. I had to ship my cards to them for them to photograph, and they have not shipped them back to me. But I do have some of my cards on my computer, so I could pull them out. I got 2 cards coming out in this magazine, and then in October I have 3 more cards coming out in the fall magazine. Okay, so but as soon as I get the magazine so that I can show you, I will gladly do that. But I was hoping that's what I was going to do today, but they still have not gotten it, so I decided to do this one instead. Okay, so there you go. See how simple that is? Okay, now see, and what I like about that, you can still move it. You can still move it around if you want. It takes a second for it to, it'll hold, but it doesn't totally glue. Alright, we'll put that little tiny one right there. Oh, I like that better. That looks good. I like that. Okay, now, what I did, as you can see here, is I just printed out on my computer different fonts and different sizes, pick just for you, and then I just cut them out in different things, just so I could, you know, see which one I liked. And luckily I'm making 6 cards, so it just didn't matter. So we're going to put it like that. And we're going to go right there. Pick just for you. There we go. I like that. That worked out perfect. And there you go. Card's done. And a lot of it is prep work earlier. You're doing the cutting and the making of the flowers. But they're just so darn cute. There it is. And there's your card. So if you're in our card swap, these are the cards that you're going to get from me. I hope you enjoyed them. Like I said, there were 3 cartridges involved. This is all the Child's Ear, freshly picked, and then a new favorite, which is the Flower Shop. All right, ladies, thank you so much for stopping by and taking a look, and I hope that you make some flowers. And those who are getting these in the card swap, I hope you enjoy them. Thank you. Bye.